Hello everyone, I'm Mike with Omega Survival, and I'm going to do a video today of my EDC carry and the things I carry on a regular basis. I live in the mountains. To be more specific, I live in the Pocono Mountains in Pennsylvania, and the land around here is very treacherous, mountainous. There's abandoned coal mines all over the place. Four-wheeling trails that lead miles and miles, dozens of miles up into the mountains sometimes, and there's nothing but 20 miles between one town and the other sometimes. So my EDC carry is probably a little more extensive than some people's EDC carries. I have to be more prepared. I have to have more with me. I'm going to get into a lot of the regular things that I carry and some of the reasons why I carry them. I wanted to do a quick shout out first to Muskrat Jim, my buddy Jim Blanchard over at Muskrat Jim Survival, and Frog Tech Sanctuary. He's a really cool guy to watch. I've been watching a lot of his videos. He's really funny, and he likes yellow. My brother-in-arms, Wildman Moran, he's got a lot of good pointers on his videos. I've been watching Armed Rogue a lot recently, Massachusetts Prepper. Of course I watch Prepared Mind 101 all the time. Mantis Outdoors. I watch The Far North. There's so many of them, it's hard to remember. I'm just trying to remember the ones that I watch on a regular basis. Wrangler Star. Wrangler Star is probably my favorite channel up to date. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to a couple of my favorite channels right now, and I'm going to refocus my camera and get into my EDC and the different backpacks I use. It looks like a lot of stuff, and it is, but I don't take this all with me, of course, when I go out. But first of all, depending on where I go, is what makes me choose what I'm going to take. First of all, if I'm going to go out for a couple of days, or if I'm going to go really far, I use this. I can't really get it in the frame. Let me see here. As you can see how big it is, it's the 511 Tactical Rush 72. This backpack is enormous. This is the new version too. I had one before, and I got rid of it. I sold it really cheap to a friend in Texas a couple of months ago, and I wound up getting this new one. It's the new version, and it's got the sewn in stress points here and here. The old ones had it down the center. I'm going to be doing a review video of this soon. I haven't yet, but that yoke lets you hold an enormous amount of weight very comfortably, and if you don't pay attention to what you're doing, you can easily pack 60-70 pounds in this bag. It extends out enormously, it really does. It's supposed to be a 72-hour bag, but I've already easily packed 3 days worth of food and 7 days worth of clothes in that bag. I also use it when I'm working out of town. I use it for my luggage. If I'm going to the state game lands or state parks or something like that, or if I'm out having fun in the summertime, I use this, which is my Camelback Hog 100 ounce, and I have a Black Hawk. What is that? 8x8. My Black Hawk 8x8, and it expands out. I believe it's 2 inches, but when you have stuff in it, it's more like 3 that it expands out. But this has the 100 ounce water bladder in it, and it has a good administration panel, and it holds a really good amount of stuff. So it's the bag I use when I'm just going on day hikes. I'd say my most used EDC bag is right here. And it's my VanQuest Trident 20 bag. It's the smallest bag I have. It's not really that big at all. And I have a Mil-Spec Monkey Tactical Tailor administration pouch in the front. This part opens up all the way, and it's like a Mexpedition fatty organizer with the way it opens up and the way you can organize in that compartment. I still have yet to do a review on this, so I don't want to get too far into that, but this is perfect size. I've done a review video on this already, so I'm not going to get too far into that, but this is what I use when I'm going on short walks somewhere. I like walking a lot to keep myself in shape, and this is what I'll take with me. Now, I have something new on the top here. If you can see, this is a traditional reflector, and this one here is infrared. You know, when the helicopters are searching for you if you're lost in the woods, this will show up as a big white bleep on our radar, which is a really cool thing to have. They're really hard to get a hold of, and I don't actually remember where I got it. As everybody knows, this one here is my favorite backpack. This is the Hazard 4 second front, and this is the one I use most regularly. It's the most versatile. It's perfect size. Just a ridiculously large amount of options on that. And I keep a smaller survival kit in a mini Mexpedition organizer, pocket organizer in the front with the speed clips. I just got to grab a hold of these two strings here and yank them out and grab this and go. If I need to, I usually always have a knife on me, so I'm not too worried about that. Now I have let me see here. I have a lot of different pouches. As you can see, I have more, but these are my most regularly used. Depending on what time of year it is or what I'm doing, I'll keep this one in the bottom of one of my backpacks. It's just a survival saw with an extra blade and an SOL shelter kit, because that's one of the most important things. And if you got that covered, it gives you peace of mind. You know, things happen. I take my EDC a little far beyond EDC into the realm of prepping, because that's the whole ideology of a prepper. You prep for the unknown, and you're ready for situations that you don't know is going to happen, but you have ideas, and give yourself as many options and possibilities as you can, and choices as you possibly can. I use this on the side of my backpacks. It's MOLLE compatible. It's an M4 magazine holder but it's great for holding my small stainless steel canteens that I have a few of. Gloves with leather palms, and I like them to fit tightly, so it gives me good dexterity in my fingertips. As a contractor and a carpenter, I think that's important. And of course, I always keep ferro rods with me, and I actually make these and sell them on a website. And I recently started making all my handles in fat wood, so you have the striker and the source of ignition, and you have tinder all in one. Sorry about that. Sorry about the blurriness. I get it back in frame here. I kick the stand. I have an assortment of SE knives. Here's my SE5, which is a complete beast of a knife. And as I've shown in videos before, I have a survival kit inside of that already, so if I had to, I could probably get by with just this. If I really had to, I can make shelter, give myself fire with what's in here, and set a trap. And I like to keep this when I'm going out. Short trips in my VanQuest Trident 20 backpack, and I don't ever use it. It's my SE3, and it's got a complete razor edge on it. You could shave with this if you had to. I've been practicing whetstone, the Japanese technique of whetstone sharpening, for a while now, and I got it down pretty good, and I could put a serious razor edge on just about anything at this point. And I can reprofile certain knives down with certain grinds like this. As I've shown in a earlier video, I've actually reprofiled this, and you can see that that blade goes up wider. The edge on the blade goes up wider than it should on a normal SE5. Because it's reprofiled, I thinned it out, and it's not only a good chopper and batoning knife now, but it's really good for slicing and carving also. But I don't use them. I keep a pocket knife on me at all times, and let me see if I can find it in this mess of stuff. Here it is. I keep this on me every day. Every single day. It's a Kershaw Cryo 2. And it's excellent knife. It's solid steel all the way around. And it holds a really good edge. And it's small. It's small, but it's heavy. You can tell it's good quality for the price. I think that these should be worth way more than what they are. It's just a random Expedition tack tie for the pouches. Here's a different option for the SE3. I can take the molly back off, and I can put that on there and have a high belt clip for it, because it sits up high. Or I have a shorter Kydex sheath that sits it up really high on your waist. I'm sorry, the other one's the low profile. They sit really low with this one. This is the high. I always try to keep this when I can. This is fat wood shavings and dust. It's from continuously cutting and sawing fat wood and drilling holes through it for my ferro rods. It creates a lot of dust, and this is really flammable stuff. It catches so fast, so I keep that with me. Here's a tech lock for the pouches. I could randomly change out if I had to, but on a normal basis I keep this on me. And I keep one or two with either one or the other of these paracord bracelets. There's about 20 feet on this one and about 15 foot on this one, which I'm going to be doing a review of soon. If I don't want to carry this knife and I'm feeling in the mood for it, I'll carry this one, which is my Spyderco Paramilitary 2, and this is a truly awesome knife. Very high quality. I keep it in the Maxpedition single sheath, and I like carrying it in here because I get attach a few more things to this on the side, like a ferro rod or extra paracord. Here's one of my EDC flashlights. If I go out on an excursion or something, that's the one I'll take with me. Actually, the one I use for an EDC is right here. It's a Cree Ultrafire 300 lumen 1AA, and I keep that right in my back pocket. And I also have my SC10 with an assortment of survival items in there, and I carry that until I get my new SC survival wallet, which will be on me all the time, with a little mini coast flashlight that I have. I like to keep a little bit of this on me. This is rock climbing grade utility cord. I think it's 2 millimeters, 0.02 millimeters. No, 0.02 millimeters. It's very thin. It's a little more narrow than 1/8 of an inch, and it's 490 pound test. Very, very strong stuff. And I probably have about 25 to 30 feet of it there. It's very expensive though. That's probably why a lot of people don't have it. I only use it for very special occasions and lanyards or a zipper pull or something like that, because it's also reflective when you shine a light on it. I don't know if that shows up. But it's reflective. You can see it from far off. Like I said, my EDC is a little more expensive, and extensive into the realm of prepping, because it's bad around here. It's everything's so far apart, and it's mountainous terrain, so you get lost really easy. Even though I usually don't carry a compass unless I'm going somewhere new. But before I go out, I'll always make sure I have it. And here's the ThruNite TN4. It's an 1150 lumen little monster of a flashlight that I haven't done a review yet of, but I'm going to be doing a review. And this one is seriously bright. As you can see, if I put it into the camera, it'll make it completely blur out. Sorry about that. But it doesn't show up as bright on the camera as it does in real life, so that's not that bad. Now these are certain things I keep in conjunction with something else. This is some climbing rigging equipment, just some figure eights and locking carabiners. These are all professional grade climbing, big mountain climbing. Let me see. I usually always try to keep 100 foot of OD green mil-spec paracord. I have the 1,000-foot spools of it, so I get careless with it sometimes and use it more than I should. But I have climbing equipment, but I don't carry that regularly. I'm just going through some of the stuff I carry regularly. Now this rope is packable. It's Prusik cord. It's 7.5 or 8 millimeter It's like 3,400 pound test or something like that, and there's 55 or 60 feet of it here. I think 60 feet. 20 meters, and I keep that with a small amount of climbing gear, small amount of rigging gear, and I always have a rigger's belt, a Black Hawk, a real Black Hawk rigger's belt on me, and that works with that. If I'm going out, and I know I'm going out for the day, up into the mountains, I'll pack this hatchet with me. It's heavy though, it really is. It's got a 2.5 pound head, and it really gets a good bite in. It's only got a 16-inch handle, as you can see, and I got a good grip for the bottom. I grip it down here, and it really bites in hard. And I've recently reprofiled the edge on that. I don't know if you can see it or not, the very edge. And it's seriously sharp. It's got a really wicked bite. I gotta have something to chop, process firewood, or build a shelter if I had to. Now I'll keep this in conjunction with something like my SE5 and my SE3, and that's a pretty good setup. I also always have my wicked tree gear saw. I know all you bushcrafters and everything like the Pocono Laplanders, but to each his own. There's no correct answer other than personal preference, and this is what I like. So wicked tree gear saw, the handles are guaranteed forever. They're warranted forever, and the blades are changeable. I have Pocono Laplanders, and this thing's a beast. This thing cuts, it's seriously aggressive and seriously sharp, and I really put it through its uses, as you can see. I've processed so much. That's sap, by the way, that's not rust. I've processed so much wood down with this, and it still just rips through it like it's nothing. Even locusts. We have a lot of locusts around here, and this cuts through 4-inch pieces in diameter of locusts like it's nothing. And I struggle with locusts with my Pocono Laplander. Locust is a really hard wood. Let me think. I forgot to mention this in here. I also keep, in my Hazard 4 backpack, I also keep an iPod and my SAS pocket guide. But the reason why I'm showing this is because I always try to keep a variation of this type of setup. If it's not this and it's something else, here's my Fiskars X7. The new version, completely decked out. I have a Kydex sheath for it, grip tape, lanyard, as you can see, and I've put this on a grinder too. This doesn't have a factory edge on it anymore. This thing is seriously sharp, and you know, a lot of people knock these things, but I've taken down full-size, 60-foot, 50-foot pine trees that are 1.5 feet at the base.